First things first, enough of that. You guys already look enough with your 2 matching hoodies. Okay, so first things first, enough of that. You guys already look enough with your 2 matching hoodies.
Hey, Valor.
I'm turning around, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all showed up 3 different times, and all of us
you
every
got
time.
new sweatshirts.
Yeah. It's hoodie weather, man.
It is.
It's the end of March, and it's like 48 degrees
Out
for
of all
some
the
stupid
sweatshirts
reason.
we have, what are the chances all 3 of us put the same sweatshirt on?
Hey, mine's a little bit different color,
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
but anyway.
Chances apparently pretty good though.
I mean,
Yeah,
we've been around each other.
but hey, here's the thing. I turned the camera on for a purpose. We wanted to give everyone a look at the GGB muffler for the KRX. So we've been running them for a while. Yeah, go ahead. Maybe step out of the sun.
Yeah. Oh,
So we can get some of that
shit.
Look at that.
blue action.
When we were looking at potential options for exhaust on our machines when we were building these things, it was, we want something that's not too loud. We want something that is going to stand up to the test of time, right? We don't want to keep swapping things out.
Right.
We want it to look better. I mean, that's the biggest one, right?
Sure.
There's no sense in swapping it out.
Yeah, no, stock one's ugly.
It's horrible, right? You call it the mailbox or the lunchbox or whatever you call it. It's just hideous.
Yeah.
So we ended up landing on the GGBs because, number one, Royce ran them on his Turbo S and was extremely satisfied with it. It sounded good.
Yep.
It was lightweight. And it looked good. I mean, the black on his car in black.
Their unique thing is no packing.
Yeah.
That's the cool part about it, because
It
a lot
is.
of the other manufacturers, you have to, as it wears in and as you use it, it'll get louder and louder and louder and louder, and the packing will start breaking down in there. Anybody that's had dirt bikes and all that other stuff, you got to repack your mufflers and all that stuff.
Yep.
This is a completely baffled design with
We'll talk about this here in a minute.
no
but-
packing at all
Right.
in there too. So one of the big things was that. The second one was we don't want it to rust.
Yep.
We're not really in a rainy area, but any kind of moisture or anything on that thing, eventually it's gonna rust. So
And GGB just switched that out. So
They switched
yours
over.
on your Turbo S was not stainless. But
Right.
But they've switched what they build their mufflers out of, and so now all of them are stainless.
I think it was mainly
As you
for
can
the
see.
mud guys. I didn't
Right.
have any issues
Right.
with it, but like if you're submerging it sometimes,
sure.
that's when you want that
But
stainless
it's good
for sure.
everybody.
Yeah, I mean we're splashing through puddles today. It's a little bit wet out here.
Right.
So
Right. So that was the, honestly, that was a good thing. So on that note, just real quick as a tip. So because we messed Ryan's up because he had stainless one first, and now he's got the black one, which we'll talk about in a minute. But when you put this on, before you start it up or do anything else, Windex this thing and wipe it down really good. Otherwise, the oil off your hands, you'll get fingerprint marks all over it and stuff like that.
Mine looked like it was cheetah print after it wore in. So
look like a hieroglyph or a
Right. So if
petroglyph or
you
whatever.
do that now, we'll kind of throw in a little B-roll of what this looks like. But if you do it now, then you get this kind of a beautiful bluing.
Yeah.
on
Instead
it.
of having fingerprints all over and
Right.
Yep.
You
having
just,
it look messy.
yeah, you just kind of get that natural look on there. So just quick tip for that.
And that's not just on these. If you do any kind of exhaust with a
kind of
header,
stainless.
anything
Yeah.
stainless,
Yep.
we've seen those beautiful Pro R ones with the big old curly headers, and
Oh yeah.
some people have fingerprints all over them.
Oh, man.
So
Unfortunately, somebody told us that tip after we had mine installed.
Right.
yeah.
So if you guys saw that video, we were kind of hustling and rushing to get that on too. We were all like kids in a candy store. when
We were pretty
showed up,
excited.
so
Right.
we ended up, fingers all over that thing. So it wasn't just mine; it was the collective. But
Yeah.
anyway, back to the task at hand. So the other benefit of the GGB exhaust is weight savings.
Yeah.
So the muffler that's on here, I think it's like 24-25 pounds, somewhere in that ballpark.
Yep.
It's heavy.
Yeah.
And these the GGB ones I think are 12 and a half, somewhere in that ballpark.
I think when we looked at cut it in half, whatever
Yes.
it was,
So
cut it in half.
50% wave savings.
It's
Yeah.
crazy. I mean, in a big machine like that, a little bit here, a little bit there. I mean, we're adding weight with wheels and tires and stuff like that. So anywhere you can save is definitely a benefit.
Never hurts to upgrade and have weight savings at the same time.
Can't hurt.
Yeah, really, especially when you add everything you add on these things is extra weight.
Right.
So it's nice to have an accessory that cuts it down.
Right.
Yeah.
The other real big thing about these is they don't require a tune.
Right. You
They,
just slap
they
these
put them on
things
the dyno when they developed them, and they said it bumped a couple of horsepower, but a tuner was not required.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're going to get more gains from a tuner if you watch one of our last videos
Right.
of
Yeah.
Eric's Dyno Jet video. But
It's not needed, so you can kind of piecemeal it together. So I've gone hundreds of miles on this thing with the GGB exhaust on it, and
yeah, you're
have
still
it
stock.
tuned, and it's still stock, and no issues whatsoever.
Right.
Eric just put the tune on his, so we'll see. Maybe the two combined give it a little extra bump.
Yeah.
Which you never know.
Well, let's talk about this one now.
So this one is a test model that we're kind of running through. Same
Yeah,
model,
prototype.
It's a
same
prototype.
everything, but Cerakote finish on that. So as you guys can see, this machine's pretty well blacked out, and the stainless exhaust didn't quite match up with the rest
Yeah,
of the
he
car.
had
so-
machined wheels, switched to black, and then he's like, man. And right at the same time, they came out with the Cerakote prototype. So he's like,
So hey,
throw it on.
I'll test.
So it's still stainless.
Yeah.
Same thing. so-
Everything's the same.
same
stainless
exact thing,
internals,
one extra step,
different.
Cerakote finish.
Right.
Different coating.
So,
So that's the
anybody
same coating I
that's
had on the Razor one.
looking for that
I ran.
more subdued look and like that, then I mean that will potentially be the option for you when it gets released.
Yep.
You too.
Let's throw some sound clips in here.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've got a bunch of clips we can pull video.
Well, I
from-
think that's the other thing we didn't talk about is the other reason that you put a muffler on is better sound.
Yeah.
Than stock, and these sound better. So the good news is so idle driving around, they're slightly louder than stock, but definitely not in an annoying way where you're gonna piss off the neighbors.
That's
Yeah.
the thing. That's
You know
the
what I
one
mean?
thing.
It's
is
not
we both-
loud.
We all
Right.
three live in neighborhoods with neighbors that are pretty darn close, right? So
Right.
the piss off your neighbor factor is really low with this, and it's kind of nice because last thing you want to do is create issues in your neighborhood
Right.
by ripping loud exhaust through your neighborhood and things like that, especially during events and stuff like that when you're out till pretty late.
Yeah, and a lot of you guys do trail riding in these KRXs, and that's you don't want a loud exhaust through the mountains. So
I mean, let's be real. This thing's loud
big
enough
factor.
as it is, so
Right.
yeah,
let's not add to it.
But
Yeah.
while it's not too much louder, it
does
sounds
sound
quite
better.
a bit better.
does.
So
Cool.
and we'll do some running around right here, give some sound clips, and
yeah. Well, we've got some idle videos we'll throw in, and then
Yeah.
some wide open stuff
yeah.
from our previous videos.
Yeah.
Racing around.
So, any additional questions? Anything you guys don't feel like we covered? Eric and I are both huge fans of this thing.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
Yeah.
Lots of good options, but this is one of them for sure.
I run them
Yeah.
on my snowmobiles too. So
Yep.
you guys are kind of
You run them on your head too.
run them on my head. So anyway, they've just been, they're just good all the way around. So
That's it, guys. So if you guys see something on the cars you want us to review or go into depth on, just drop it in the comments, and we're happy to do more videos like this upon request.
Yeah.
So go ahead and subscribe. Don't be rude.
Please.